and colors available on hsn.com. That is a great walking shoe and super comfortable when you take your AirPods out. All right, I'm gonna take Bill for a walk. We've got Andrew Lessman coming up to share with you our great today's special. Don't go anywhere.
Okay, this is exciting stuff. Not only because if you are channel surfing the world's finest vitamins, Andrew Lessman is joining us live. It is a brand new day, and talk about exciting. It's not one or two, but actually 3 today's specials. So Andrew, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, of course, we've got that Friendly Flora done in a whole new, exciting way. Andrew has so much great science and new information. We're talking about 25 billion colony producing points. But then you also have, before I get too far ahead of myself, our PC liver, our phosphatidylcholine, and our liver antioxidants that will be coming up in about 20 minutes. It is your choice. So remember, you can choose your Friendly Flora, and all those details are coming up, or you can also choose our phosphatidylcholine. You can choose it solo, of course, at the lowest and the best pricing of the year, or you can choose the liver antioxidants. Again, same pricing, lowest pricing of the year. In which case, if you do the phosphatidylcholine, you choose the 120, 180, 360, or 720. But if you take a look, best savings ever on the liver antioxidants, the 60, the 90, the 180, or the 360. That's what our today's special pricing is. But what most of us are doing is the big bundles, in which case you would get the 360 cap of that phosphatidylcholine with 180 caps of the liver antioxidants, the 720 of the phosphatidylcholine with the 360 of the liver antioxidants. Biggest savings that we've ever seen with that free shipping and that extended holiday return policy. But remember, it's just easy. Do you want phosphatidylcholine separately or liver antioxidants separately? It's the same pricing. It's the same pricing. Biggest savings. That is coming up in about 20 minutes time. But Andrew, certainly this is the time of year where we certainly realize we're traveling, you know, our digestion is challenged. We're encountering a lot of people who may be feeling a little unwell. We're certainly under a lot of stress. We're not getting a lot of sleep. Friendly Flora is done in a new, a better, and even more exciting way than even the product that we loved originally.
Well, if you look at the label, it might look almost identical, but really nothing could be further from the truth. Because it's a perfectly reviewed product virtually, I didn't want to make a lot of changes. So what I wanted to do was keep the basic blueprint of that formula, but just enhance it. And by enhancing a probiotic formula, what you're really looking at is 3 characteristics. First of all, you want that probiotic to be ideally stable in the bottle. We have a tremendous amount of experience with probiotics. I've been looking at them in terms of manufacturing one for about 30 years. We introduced our first product about 20 years ago. I believe it was the first formula that didn't require refrigeration. And since that time, we've only continued to improve the product. And today has been the greatest leap in terms of improvement that we've ever made. And we really leaned very, very hard on our probiotic supplier from Europe to make this a breakthrough product, to take what was already an exceptional product and virtually perfectly reviewed and make it even better. So making it even more stable in the bottle, making it even more stable in your body, meaning that it survives the acid in your stomach, because remember, you're swallowing these, and it has to get through the acid in your stomach and ideally populate your colon and other systems in your body. Also, beyond simply just making it through this acid in your stomach, it would be if you're a farmer, I was talking about this yesterday, and throwing seeds out into a field. If only 10% of your seeds germinated, sprouted, you'd be very disappointed. You'd have a terrible crop, a terrible yield. But if 80, 90, 100% of them grew, you'd be very happy. That is one of the measures of a probiotic formula. whether it's going to survive in the bottle, whether it's going to survive in your stomach, and then once it bypasses your stomach, is it going to germinate, grow, and populate the systems and organs that require its protection? That's where we have succeeded with this formula. It's light years beyond a formula that was already viewed as basically a perfect formula. By comparison, the only formula that's close to this formula was our prior formula, and now our new formula is even light years beyond it. And it's the best price ever. It's the highest potency ever, even though we say 25 billion plus colony forming units. It's well over 30 billion and really 40 billion when we produce it. We just want to make sure that no matter what you subject that product to, you are getting the world's finest complement of probiotic organisms. And don't think these are optional organisms. You could not survive without probiotic organisms in your colon. That is part of having a healthy digestive system. In fact, if you look at how many cells you have in your body, a healthy person will have more probiotic organisms in their colon, just in their colon, than they have cells in their entire body. So hopefully that underscores that these are not optional. The balance, the content of these organisms are critical to our digestive health, our digestive function, our digestive comfort. It's also critical for our immune system function, and not just for digestion, but immune system function in terms of protecting the genitourinary tract, our mouth, our nasal passages, our lung, our bronchial tubes. It's all part of how our body protects itself. So it would be impossible to overestimate how important these are. But unfortunately, all the commercials you tend to see on TV, they kind of position them like drugs. These are not drugs. These are a critical, essential part of how a healthy digestive system and how a healthy immune system functions. That is basically it in a very brief summary. They're not optional ingredients. We all need them. We all must have them. Most of them don't have them adequately. Most of us don't have them in a good balance. And that's why a formula like this, we chose not to get cute with this product. A lot of companies get cute and put all sorts of bizarre, strange, peculiar little strains of probiotics in. We stick to the science. We stick to the half a dozen strains that have decades of research that are critical to the healthy functioning of our digestive system, critical to the healthy functioning of our immune system. This is not a place to get cute and get clever. This is a place to follow the scientific blueprint and follow it accurately. That's what we've done for a couple of decades. That's why this is perfectly reviewed. And now, brand new formula, first day it's available, it's even better than ever. And I mean dramatically better than ever.
Well, and no better pricing. I mean, really the best pricing that we have ever seen, nor will we see. And certainly this is a time of year where, yes, you're eating things that you probably shouldn't be eating. In terms of digestion, we know very well whether it's regularity or digestion, or maybe you're taking an antibiotic, maybe you are taking some kind of antacid. We are challenging that friendly flora in our body. And this is a wonderful way to give back to your body. I mean, it is essential, it is critical, it is key for a great life. Remember, Andrew is doing the best pricing ever. Not only in that new improved formula, it was already fantastic with nearly all perfect reviews, but no refrigeration required. You just choose that size of choice, the 30, 60, 120, or the 240. And once more, this is where our pricing goes. Here's where our pricing is today, and here's that savings. So, wowzer. I mean, are you kidding me? Okay, so here, I don't know that I've ever seen savings like that, to be honest, Andrew. I mean, when we look that we can double that capsule size, especially with this new formula, and this is where the pricing goes, but today, wow, I don't know that I've ever seen you do that before.
That pricing is comparing it to the value versus our Friendly Flora product. Our Ultimate Friendly Flora is our maximum potency formula. And 25 billion, when I might be dating myself here because I've been doing this for so long. When I was first looking at our Friendly Flora products 30 years ago, we were hoping to get 50,000 to 100,000 colony forming units. When we introduced a first product, we were hopefully getting tens of millions. and then it became 500 million, and then it became 1 billion. So today what we are looking at is 25 billion colony-forming units. And if you look at this chart here, you could see that we, unlike others, we specify the specific strains of colony-forming units. So our Lactobacillus acidophilus, not just random Lactobacillus acidophilus, but we look to the research and the clinical studies, and it's a strain called LA14. Our Lactobacillus plantarum, it's LP115, and more than 10 billion of the Lactobacillus acidophilus, more than 5 billion of the Lactobacillus plantarum. And then as we go down, the Lactobacillus paracasei, that is something we just introduced with this new formula, and incredible research. That's LPC37. And our Bifidobacterium lactis, we changed that to 2 newer strains, same bacterium, but 2 newer strains that are more stable, more active, will implant better, and that's the HNO19 and BIO4. And that's over 5 billion. All told, you're getting the most sophisticated, but at the same time, it might sound contradictory, the most straightforward. It's kind of if you were looking at a probiotic product and you wanted it to be the perfect multivitamin, then I guess Marcel he's looking for something, and you wanted it to be the perfect comprehensive probiotic, then that's what we have achieved here. And there's nothing like it. You have a 90-day money-back guarantee to enjoy this. And as I said before, I think the other probiotic companies, they do a disservice when they talk about probiotics. They kind of position them like drugs that sort of work on your body and cure this or cure that or do that, cure constipation, cure this problem or that problem. What they aren't something that cures or treats your digestive system. They are an integral part of your digestive system. There are more probiotic organisms in a healthy digestive system than there are cells in that healthy person's body. They're not optional, they are essential. And you need to really do it correctly if you want to be able to benefit appropriately. And that's what we've done here. We've been doing it for decades. We didn't just jump on the bandwagon. We've been doing it for decades.
Absolutely. Okay, so I did get a little concerned for your business sensibilities. So now I've got my charts in order. That's why we say it's live television. So here is where our pricing will go. And here's our pricing today, regardless, huge savings. So remember, you can actually double that capsule size for less than you will spend for that $240. But here's where the real jaw dropper is, at least for me. So we already loved Andrew's Friendly Flora. Now remember, brand new formulation. It's wildly exciting. So if we compare this to the original formulation, the original Friendly Flora, that's what you would be spending in order to get the kind of formulation that Andrew is doing today. And honestly, when you see savings, a difference in over $240 difference when we compare that to the original, already beloved formulation, is it any wonder with thousands of these gone, again, most of us are gravitating to those larger sizes of the 120 and the 240, with that extended holiday return policy. And you know who we are, whether you are taking any of those antacids, whether you are stressed, whether you're not sleeping, you're traveling. Certainly we know if our digestion or our regularity, if that's a little bit off, that is just not a happy day in anybody's world. And when we look at this extended holiday return policy, Andrew, we already know this is the time of year where we're going to be challenging all of these systems. It's just great that we see this brand new formulation with that extended holiday return policy and the best pricing that you've done.
And most of us, I think, unfairly to probiotics, we focus on the benefits to our digestive system. Many of us have heard about the gut-brain connection, the gut-brain axis, that it's inescapable, that 80% of the serotonin in our body, and serotonin is that important neurotransmitter, sort of a parasympathetic neurotransmitter. It's kind of the more relaxing neurotransmitter in our body. 80% of it is secreted by, and wait for it, people are going to expect me to say, oh, 80% is secreted in your brain or by your nervous system. No. How about your gut? How about your small intestine? So the health of your gut is inextricably linked to the health of your brain, how you manage your moods, and not if you're regular or not, but the actual chemistry of your brain and chemistry of your mood. And then when we think about our digestive system and we think about probiotics, we often forget about the fact that our digestive system is often the access point for bacteria or viruses or things like that. So to the extent we have a healthy population of probiotics, the immune system in our digestive system works better. The immune system in our respiratory tract works better. So again, probiotics are not just our urogenital system. When we talk about bladder infections or things like that, we're again talking about probiotics because it's not unusual. Women often experience after they've taken antibiotics a yeast infection or something like that. Again, because that antibiotic upset the probiotic balance. So women probably know this better than men. Probiotics play a critical role outside our digestive system. So we can't overestimate, as I said before, their importance. I think the way most companies advertise their products, they do them a grave, grave disservice by positioning them as sort of medicines and drugs when they are so much more than that. They might be these foreign organisms, but they are as much a part of our body as any cell in our body. And to the extent we have a healthy complement of comprehensive probiotic organism, the likes of which we offer here, you're going to have a better functioning immune system, a better functioning digestive system, and you're going to be a happier camper.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because again, when all those systems are not running the way they should, you're right, that's not a good day. Well, today is your day to grab this for sure, not only because of this amazing formula and the special purchase pricing and the extended holiday return policy. You just pick your size of choice. And if you're going to be taking anybody's Friendly Flora product, this is the one that you really should be taking. Even if you compare it to Andrew's original Friendly Flora, which we were all big, big fans of. So here's the comparison chart, and I apologize. Like I said, there was a lot going on before the show. This is where our pricing will or would have been if you were getting the original Friendly Flora. So this is the pricing where you would have spent for the kind of formula, for the kind of potency that you're getting in your today's special. So when we see the savings today, and remember, you are saving more than you're spending. You can actually double your capsule size for less than you would spend for the size count right below. So again, you can double your capsule size for less than you would even spend for the 120. Hey, by the way, notice that it really applies even if you're doing some of the introductory sizes, because this is something that you're definitely never going to want to leave home without. But then once more, if we compare it to Andrew's original Friendly Flora, that's where things get even more jaw-dropping. So here's what you could expect to pay if you were doing the original formulation versus what you're getting in our today's special. So wow, wow, wow. Any way you stack it, it's the kind of thing, whether you are taking antibiotics or you're traveling or you're challenging your digestion, which let's be honest, or you're stressed, check, check, and check. This is something that you are going to want at the ready, not just for the holiday season though. I know normally Andrew did these during January or after the first of the year, but this is something that you'll never want to be without once you try it. And I would really love to recommend it to you, especially with that extended holiday return policy. Andrew, I know we've got a lot of ground to cover and a short amount of time to do it. Do we have some extra information that we'd like to share with the Ultimate Friendly Flora before we scoot along?
I haven't read any reviews, so I just grabbed some review charts here. So I thought we might read some reviews and go through some of the reviews here, because the reviews are so compelling. We have all sorts of science that talks about the integral link between absorption of nutrients and our probiotic environment, our mood and our probiotic environment, regularity and our probiotic environment, the health of our urogenital tract and our probiotic environment, the health of our respiratory system and our probiotic environment. So rather than read all those scientific charts, I just thought I'd get to where we really see the experience that folks can have with this product. And I just grabbed a few of these charts. So we'll get to PC liver and brain and liver antioxidant extracts in just a moment. But I just wanted to go through some of these reviews quickly if I could. So first one, love these Friendly Flora. I have to say I was skeptical at first, but after trying this for almost 3 months, I am a believer. I started taking this and I've had no stomach discomfort or diarrhea since. Before I was, let's say, practically living in the bathroom every day. I'm so glad I took a chance on the Ultimate Friendly Flora, and I highly recommend it to everyone. These are just what my doctor wants me taking. I have stomach issues and I've been told to take a probiotic, and that has a combination of different live cultures. So Ultimate Friendly Flora fits the bill. Ultimate Friendly Flora, this is my 5th reorder. I will never be without this. There are no other probiotics that compare to this one. I've tried numerous probiotics, and the only time my doctor has positive news is when I'm taking Andrew Lessman's product. 5 stars on this one from Marie in Illinois. Can't live without this. I absolutely can't live without Ultimate Friendly Flora. I've been taking this since 2015 and have not had any stomach issues since. I was always bloated, could not eat certain things, and always felt awful. I went through many tests for my constant bloating and upset stomach, and they could not find anything wrong. I started taking this and haven't had a problem since. I ran out last year during a move and had to wait to reorder. I went about 2 weeks without it, and the issues started to come back. I will never be without it again. I bought enough to last 2 years. Thank you, Andrew, for such a great product, along with the many other vitamins of yours that I take. We'll do one more. The best probiotic. I just received this bottle shortly after Andrew Lessman's recent airing. This is the best probiotic out there on the market. I just visited my doctor again, and he took another scraping and viewed it under a microscope. He said he saw very good germs. He is always impressed with the good germs. He only says this when I'm using this product. I ordered him a small bottle as a Christmas present. Thank you for such a great product. That's from Marie in Illinois as well. And again, we do a lot of things that we take for granted and don't think it upsets our probiotic environment. If you take antibiotics, even at low levels, they have an impact on the probiotic environment. They could wipe it out entirely. If you take things like proton pump inhibitors, those are things like Nexium and Prilosec and those different modern antacids. Those upset your probiotic environment. So we have to be very conscientious of the things we do, what we eat. The foods we eat don't really support healthy probiotic environment, cruciferous vegetables and things like that. Those are the things we don't eat, the things we should eat, and unfortunately the foods we eat don't really sustain a healthy probiotic environment, which is why a product like this, at the potency that it represents, can make such a profound difference in so many different ways. I take one every day. It's so high potency you don't have to take several capsules. I take one every day, but even if you just took a couple a week or one every other day, that would still be a tremendous improvement on the complement of probiotic organisms that you possess.
Absolutely. So easy to do, so wildly affordable with that great and even better formulation than ever before. So just choose your size of choice. I will tell you, with the thousands of these gone, as expected, most of us are doing that larger count size, especially if you're sharing it in the family, which a lot of us do. Remember, of course, that extended holiday return policy. But also, when we said this is a historic event, we get to join Andrew in his home, which I know is something that he has wanted to do for decades, but not one today's special or two, actually 3. So remember, it's just really, really simple. This is a product that we need, actually 2 products that we need, especially this time of year, because we're eating maybe fatty or heavy foods, perhaps we're consuming alcohol. So this is your perfect 1-2 punch. Very simple, very straightforward. You just choose whether you want the phosphatidylcholine separately or the liver antioxidants separately. They're the same price, different capsule count, but they're the same price, biggest savings we'll ever see. So $120 with the 60 of the liver antioxidants, $180 of the phosphatidylcholine, or the 90 of the liver antioxidants, $360 or $180, $720 or $360. Again, you can choose them separately. They're both the same price, just different capsule size, or capsule count rather. But what most of us are doing is the bundles, because these really do partner and work hand in hand. So in which case, most of us are doing the bundles. That means you'd get 360 count of the phosphatidylcholine along with 180 count of the liver antioxidants, or the 720 count of the phosphatidylcholine along with the 360 of the liver antioxidants. huge saving. I mean, obviously you're saving more than you're spending, whether you're doing the bundle or whether you're doing the individual choices. But Andrew, this is something that normally we used to do after the first of the year. It's just so nice that we have these products to help support us, you know, through that time of the year where we're doing that challenge our bodies.
Well, we'll start with the phosphatidylcholine first. An easy way, if you just look at the graphic on the screen, the prices are all the same. You just get twice as many PC, phosphatidylcholine, as you get liver antioxidant extracts. Liver antioxidant extracts is a more expensive product. But we'll start with the phosphatidylcholine. That really is the basic, the foundational liver product. Also, the foundational brain product. And it's pretty crazy when you think about that you get such an incredibly important ingredient at high potency for a dime a capsule, roughly a dime a capsule. So that's in a large size. So it's incredibly affordable. If we look at our liver is the largest internal organism. It does all the dirty chemistry that's necessary to be done inside our body. And not just all the dirty chemistry, but all the complicated chemistry, whether it's cholesterol metabolism, fat metabolism, protein metabolism, amino acid metabolism. The liver's doing it. Whether it's pesticides we get or herbicides that are contaminants in food, artificial colors, all different food additives we're exposed to. The liver has to deal with it. Whether it's medications we've taken, the liver has to deal with it. It has to do all the chemical work. So it's dirty chemical work, but the liver has a remarkable property. Unlike any other organ in our body, our brain can't do it, our heart can't do it, our kidneys can't do it. Our liver can actually regenerate itself. I think it has this unique property because it has to do such an awful, dirty job. So the liver can regenerate itself, and if so, wouldn't it make sense to deliver the most important building block for the liver? And what is that most important building block? It is PC, otherwise known as phosphatidylcholine. And phosphatidylcholine is a phospholipid, and that phospholipid is the predominant phospholipid in our brain. So while you're caring for your liver during this difficult time of year, you're also caring for your brain. And there's great research on phosphatidylcholine, on the brain, on mood, on memory, on helping to deal with those normal age-related changes that we all experience as we get older. So while we're focusing on our liver, just know the only side effect I get to warn you about is that you're also getting benefits for your brain. We don't have side effects, we have side benefits. And so phosphatidylcholine, I could talk about that to the exclusion of liver antioxidant extracts, because on its own, it's such a simple, straightforward, it just so happens that our liver and brain share it as its critical building block. 2/3 of the membrane surface area of the liver is phosphatidylcholine. Then this product also contains an abundance of phosphatidylinositol and phosphatidylethanolamine. And guess what the other two predominant phospholipids in the liver are? Phosphatidylinositol and phosphatidylethanolamine. So you get all of the phospholipids for your liver. You get those same phospholipids for your brain as well. And if you read the reviews, and so many of the reviews talk about visits to doctors and reviewing their lab results and looking at their liver numbers, their elevated, say, liver enzyme numbers, that there's no better way to give your liver the most simple and most predominant tool and building block. And as I always say, structure follows function. So if you want to support function, you need to support structure. And phosphatidylcholine is what that's all about. And if you take medicines occasionally or frequently, if you drink occasionally or frequently, if you eat a high protein or high fat diet occasionally or frequently, phosphatidylcholine, you're getting a 2-year supply for a dime a day. That means a month's supply is less than the cost of a cup of coffee or a bottle of water. So it's so affordable to give something so important to our liver. In a little while, we'll talk about liver antioxidant extracts, which is twice as expensive, a perfect partner with phosphatidylcholine, and especially the savings this time of year. It's kind of like buying one, getting one free with the savings that you're getting when you get the two together.
Absolutely. In fact, Andrew, I know we are very busy. Most of us are gravitating toward that bundle, but remember, it's very easy. It's the same pricing. It's the same savings. So you can choose, do you want the phosphatidylcholine? Do you want the liver antioxidants in your size of choice? Or do you want the big bundle? And I have to say, whether it's this time of year and whether you are traveling or having alcohol or eating those fatty foods, or maybe just not eating the kind of foods or not exercising, let's be honest, the things we do over the holidays, certainly that's where we're challenging our immunity and our systems and our brains and our bodies, and most notably our liver. But as someone who does have to take anti-inflammatories every day, and again, this is not a cure or treatment for something, I know for myself, because I am one of those people, I do have to have regular liver tests. If you read those reviews, like Andrew said, I want to do my utmost best. I mean, again, it's kind of like that phrase, when you know better, you do better, and we all have a hand of cards that we are dealt. But this is something that you can really empower yourself or somebody that you love and care about. Quite frankly, even if you're not taking anti-inflammatories like I am, the process of digestion, all of the pollutants, the things in the air, we're all challenging that liver. That liver has to, really keep things moving, and it's not going to complain. So I look at it this way: for the best price in history, if you can, if your budget will allow, especially with these flex pays and the extended holiday return policy, I would really like to recommend the bundles. I think you're going to be so pleased, and that's why I hope you can read those reviews, in which case, of course, you 360 of the phosphatidylcholine, 180 of the liver antioxidants, his detox product, 720 of the phosphatidylcholine with 360 of the liver antioxidants. Or, of course, you're welcome to choose them individually as well, all at the best savings, because they're the same price. Remember, liver antioxidants is a little more expensive product in terms of formulation. That's why the capsule size, capsule count rather, is a little bit different, but same savings, just the best value in history. And normally we have to wait until January for Andrew to do this, but with that extended holiday return policy and that free shipping, all those flex pays, this is absolutely the time to take advantage of it. Andrew, I love both of these products.
Right. Well, I take both on a daily basis. I take 2 capsules typically of phosphatidylcholine. I take 1 capsule daily of liver antioxidant extracts. And now I want to spend a little time talking about the liver antioxidant extracts. It's different than the PC liver. PC, phosphatidylcholine, that is the building block. I mean, you can't get around the building block. We are constantly damaging our liver. The work it does, like any system in our body, requires constant repair, constant regeneration. So you best make sure you have an abundance of the raw material available for that structure. And that's what phosphatidylcholine is. But liver antioxidant extracts, these are 3 botanical extracts. Turmeric, standardized for curcuminoids, we talked about that earlier. Milk thistle, which is the most important, standardized for silymarin, and also the way we do milk thistle, we approach it the same way we approach turmeric. We complex it with phosphatidylcholine to dramatically enhance its absorption, and then artichoke extract, standardized for cynarin. So it's 3 very expensive botanical extracts, no additives, no binders, no fillers, just a small, easy to swallow capsule. So what this really fosters or promotes is the detoxification and the actual regeneration. That's what they are designed to promote. So we have the raw material in phosphatidylcholine, then we have the botanicals who play a role in detoxification and promoting regeneration of that tissue. So that's why we call this, Muriel said recently, she wants to do a liver cleanse over the holidays, which I think is actually a brilliant idea. Why wait until after? Why wait until the horse is out of the barn, or after you've had maybe too much to drink, or whatever little you had to drink, you were drinking on top of taking medications that you have to take that already burden your liver. So it's just common sense. The best time to give your body the tools to compensate, the tools to remedy whatever it is that your liver is having to contend with, it's when that's actually going on, not after the fact. So I think this year, doing this in November makes much better sense. Plus, you get to go all the way through the end of January. What better time for you to see how incredible, how remarkable these ingredients really work. And once again, I encourage you to read the reviews. I'll probably stand up here in a second and grab some of the reviews on liver antioxidant extracts and PC liver and brain, because at the end of the hour, we'll come back and we'll talk about these again. I just want to talk about circulation and vein for a moment in a little while, just because over the holidays, that's a really important product for us. We're on our feet a lot. So we'll come back, and when we come back, I'll read some reviews on PC liver and brain. I'll read some reviews on liver antioxidant extracts, also on Ultimate Friendly Flora.
Absolutely.
But again, the bundles are most popular, and that is for a little more than $0.10 a capsule. $0.10 a capsule, you're getting a 2-year supply at 1 capsule a day of PC, a 1-year supply at 1 capsule per day, and in liver antioxidants is 1 capsule a day. You get a full 1-year supply. So that is an extended supply at just pennies a day.
It is indeed, and you know, you're right. The bundle, as we expected, is the most popular. This has really been a runaway hit in some of those initial little peaks that Andrew did prior to this show. So if there is a day, if there is a time to really empower yourself, and you know, we're all, you know, even if it's something in, like drinking a soda or taking that anti-inflammatory, we're all doing something to challenge our liver. Remember, not just your liver though, it's helping your brain, it's helping your mood. So as we often say with the Andrew Lessman difference, there are a whole series of side benefits made in the best way possible, and today only, your best pricing possible. So if there was ever a day to take advantage of it and, you know, give thanks to our liver for supporting the dirtiest jobs in our body, it is absolutely today. I know once you start reading those reviews, and Andrew will be sharing some of those with you, you will be compelled like I was. I will never go a day without either one of these products.
And Shannon, it's funny, when, I guess again, I've been doing this too long, when I first introduced a phosphatidylcholine product, which was almost 40 years ago, it was only about the brain that we spoke. And it was a very exciting, popular product. And all we did was talk about the brain. We talked about it being the most important phospholipid in the brain. We talked about memory, those normal age-related changes in memory that happen. So we didn't even, and it's funny how it's evolved over the next 35 plus years, that we recognize that phosphatidylcholine, as important and as observable as its benefits are to our brain, it just is so remarkable to the hardest working, the most overlooked, but the most receptive to help. So it's our liver might be the hardest working and it might be the most neglected, but when you give it a hand, it certainly shows you its appreciation. And that's why at $0.10 a capsule, I so emphasize the importance of it when you combine it with liver antioxidant extracts. What an incredible 1-2 punch for the end of the year.
Well, I can hear that, you know, the puppies absolutely, they agree with you.
I hear, that's Marcel in the background, yes.
I can hear that they're giving the thumbs up. You know, it's so incredible, Andrew, because it's so nice, you know, seeing you, not only for today's special that you know I love so much. Now remember, you can choose your Friendly Flora, you can choose the liver antioxidants or the phosphatidylcholine, best pricing ever. I'm looking at some of the reviews, and I'm hoping we would have some time to share that, because no kidding, for those of us out there who already know that we're challenging our livers, this certainly reads like a love letter. Those testimonials, I have to say, are so moving. And it's amazing when we give our body what it needs, how it really can help support us in really the dirtiest work in the body to help us live our best lives.
One of the more frequent questions I have to answer is whether or not we've edited those reviews, we've written those reviews ourselves, we've taken out bad reviews. The fact is, these products are just exceptionally well made and well formulated, and they perform well. And that's my only goal. I've said before, I have made bad products, but I improve it. I make sure if you tell me my product isn't good, it goes away until I make it well. And that's something we can do, because unlike other companies, we actually make all the products you see. We produce all of them. And when you see a Today Special like this, I'm often asked, oh, you must be clearing out old inventory. That's why the pricing is so affordable. I didn't read a review we had before about our Friendly Flora being so much less expensive than the products you see in stores. When we do a Today Special, if if you look at the 3 products that are our today's specials, our incredible probiotic, Ultimate Friendly Flora, our PC, Phosphatidylcholine, liver and brain, or our liver antioxidant extracts, you look at those products, they did not exist 60 days ago. They were not being manufactured. We didn't even have the raw materials probably in our hands. So everything we make as a today's special is probably, and I say this often, about as fresh as the produce you're going to find in your grocery store. Everything for a today's special is specially made for today. And much of what you get, because we generally sell out early, ends up being made next week and shipped the week after. So it's even fresher.
I mean, it's pretty amazing when you think about it. So I know we'll come back to these. I can tell that the puppies are there. So we'll come back for another little look at the end of this hour. But remember, if you would like it, wildly popular. Actually, it's already exceeded our expectations in terms of either one of those choices or in particular those bundles. But this is something I'm so glad that Andrew added to the show because, you know, Andrew, you're right. I mean, this is the time of year where certainly we're on our feet, we're shopping, we're doing maybe longer hours at work. Certainly, you know, our days seem to get longer and longer when we're spending time with family and friends over the holidays. And circulation and vein support, easily one of your most popular, one of your most reordered, one of your top products of all time. You do it in a way that no one else in the world does, of course. So all you do is you choose at the special purchase pricing, the 30, 60, 180, or 360. Big, again, here's where the pricing will go. Here's our pricing today. And again, there's your savings. $17.98 on that credit card with that extended holiday return policy. And it's interesting because this is another one of those products that not only a huge customer pick, but the reviews read like love letters. Whether you sit for your job or you stand a lot for your job, or if you're one of those people, whether you're active or maybe you're not active because you feel at the end of the night, maybe this time of the night, you sit down or you lay in bed and you feel like your legs just don't want to quit. You know, they just feel like they want to keep going. This is a product that has made such a difference in terms of their quality of life. And leave it to Andrew Lessman and that Andrew Lessman difference to do it in a way that no one else in the world is doing. But with this kind of savings, I would definitely not only encourage you to read some of those reviews, but take advantage of this special broadcast and special pricing. So remember, on that 360 count size, I'm even looking at some of the reviews here. Not only are you looking at over 2,400 reviews with an average of 4.6 star, this is something that you will be taking every day. It doesn't take that long for you to see a difference. We used to say that we should sell this with a tape measure because then you could actually measure a difference. I mean, women wearing skirts, they're seeing if your legs look swollen, if your legs look bigger at the end of the night. The kind of reviews that we hear on this product, people are living a better life because of what the circulation and vein support is doing for them. And with the kind of savings that we're doing, regardless of whether you do some of the introductory sizes or some of the larger sizes, because once more, almost like a today's special, you could double that capsule size for about really not much more than you would spend for the 180 count, all with that free shipping and that unconditional money-back guarantee until the end of January. Even when you see special savings on some of the introductory sizes, this is a wonderful way for someone who might be challenged, whether they're sitting or standing a lot, to really take advantage of what you do because this product is so special. And I think that's one of the reasons it's one of your top products, Andrew.
Well, there's truly no other product like it in the world. There might be other products that contain its key ingredient, diosmin, but our diosmin comes from the leading creator of diosmin. They're located in Spain, and diosmin comes from the rind of oranges. Our diosmin is a special version with enhanced activity. So even though diosmin already has dozens, if not more than 100 clinical studies showing its benefits in terms of the appearance of the veins in your legs, the enlargement of your calves or ankles or feet, I mean, it is a product that has been proven over and over and over again to be absolutely effective in clinical studies. This is not a drug, it's not a medicine, it just has a remarkable impact and effect on the tone and the function of the blood vessels in our legs. And it's something that's sort of a weak link in the human design, is as we get older, depending on how we live and what we do, our feet, ankles, and calves, they swell, they get enlarged, they get uncomfortable, they get restless, they get tingling, whatever the problems might be. This is a product that our very, very unique formulation that no one else in the world has. It will make a profound difference. And as Shannon was alluding to the reviews, I couldn't write reviews as good as these reviews. The reviews are compelling, they're inspired. Hopefully if you read them, they're inspiring to you. And I don't say this because you need to buy the product. I say this because I want you to enjoy the benefits of the product. That you don't know how many times I've been stopped about this product because someone said they didn't believe me and they apologized that they should have tried it sooner. That no apology was necessary. I didn't take it personally because I think all of us, we watch TV, we look at the internet, we figure everything we see and hear, we kind of have a jaded eye. We sort of have a very skeptical, a very cynical outlook. And I think that comes sort of common sense. But I've gone over the science on this product for decades. I've had this product available for 25 years. The key ingredient has been available in clinical science performed on it in Europe for almost 75 years. In Europe, it's positioned as a medicine. Doctors recommend it as such. But here, it's just a natural ingredient. We don't talk about it as a drug. We just talk about its incredible natural benefits to a natural problem we all suffer from. And that's the changes that affect the blood vessels, the circulation in our feet, ankles, and calves. As we get older, it gets even worse. Around the holidays, whatever the shoes we might wear, the clothing we might wear, the weather, whatever it might be, it's just more and more challenging. We spend more time standing. We don't sleep enough. So if there's ever a tough time to try it, this would really be whatever they call it, a baptism of fire. So it's a good opportunity to test it. You have until January 31st. The only thing you will happen is you will fall in love with this product. And again, as tested as this ingredient is, we have our own special, more effective version in our formula. So as great as the clinical studies are, your study is going to be even better.
Absolutely. Well, you can do the shoe test, Andrew. Remember when I used to wear heels on the air? I actually found some of the heels that I used to wear like around New Year's Eve and Christmas, and honey, that ship has sailed. That's why they always tell you, you know, if you're a woman, try on shoes later in the evening because that's going to give you your real testament as to what they're going to feel like when you wear them. And we've all had that experience, whether it's with your hands, whether it's your legs, whether it's with your feet, or again, whether you sit for your job a lot of us are spending our jobs behind our computers. If you're in retail, that's why we hear quite often, we used to call this the nurse's product. Those of us who have to stand for a living, it will make a difference for you. And it doesn't take that long, but you still have that extended holiday return policy so that you can really see, quite literally see, and feel a difference for yourself. Best part though is you get to take advantage of some really significant savings tonight. 30, 60, 180, or 360, all with that extended holiday return policy. So for just a little more, where our pricing will go, for just a little more than you would spend for the 180, you could actually double that capsule size at 360. And Andrew, I want to make sure that we don't leave anything out. There's just so much great information to share about this product.
It's a product where someone owes it to themselves really to read the reviews and to really go through the reviews. Over 95% of them are positive. It's very funny. When I first introduced this product a quarter of a century ago, it was sort of in the early days, initially back then, of the internet. And I was kind of buying up domain names that I thought would be good for products. So the domain name I created for this, and I think I still might own it, is Vain, Vain, Go Away. Kind of like that childhood song, Rain, Rain, Go Away, Come Again Another Day. So we had vainvaingoaway.com, which sums up the goal on this product, whether it's the enlargement of the tissues in our ankles, our calves, that swelling that's uncomfortable, that's unattractive, or just the appearance of those veins. I could read dozens of reviews tonight talking about changes in the appearance of veins, changes in the size of ankles and calves that have been going on for a lifetime. And this was the only change. And then they stopped taking the product, and it went back to the way it was until they started taking the product again. You can find all those reviews. It's just an opportunity to experience something unexpectedly pleasant.
Absolutely. Well, if you are channel surfing and you are joining us, of course, Andrew Lessman, it's so nice to have you here and be part of not only you're part of our life, but you are making our lives better. And it's nice that you have invited us into your home tonight. So if you are channel surfing, remember Andrew has not one or two, actually 3 today's specials. So if you were channel surfing at the top of midnight, I know we were very busy. The Ultimate Friendly Flora is not only a way when we think of our digestion or whether you're taking antibiotics or you're just talking about regularity, we know Friendly Flora is of wild importance to our everyday good health. And leave it to Andrew for today and today only, and only as long as supplies last. Not only best pricing that we've ever seen, but he's actually giving you an even, oh, sorry about this, guys. That is why they call it live television. But he is also doing a brand new enhanced or better than ever formulation. Choose it in the 30, 60, 120, or 240. Actually, this is, see again, you gotta love live television. Oh, here we go. So this is where our pricing will go. This is where our pricing is today. So any way you choose it, from the 30 to the 60 to the 120 or the 240, or if we compare it to what you would have spent for just the Friendly Flora alone, the original formulation, just very recently. Andrew, I have to say, big, big savings, unlike anything that we have ever encountered, even as a today's special.
This product, even than the savings. The pricing, there's a review I could read here that talks about it being more affordable than the products they see in their drugstore or their supermarket. I'm proud of the fact that we make an incredible formula that's incredibly high potency and incredibly affordable. What's most important is that we really go about this in a scientifically responsible fashion, that we have evolved this product over 20 years. We were probably the first product that didn't require refrigeration. So we're at the leading edge of that research, and we've continued to improve it ever since. So our products have only become more active, more beneficial, more stable. And this most recent, this is a brand new version of it. This most recent version, 25 billion colony-forming units per capsule. Nothing comes close to its stability in the past. Nothing comes close to its enhanced activity. So you need to focus on 3 things. Keeping it stable in the bottle, we do that. Keeping it stable in your stomach so the stomach acid doesn't damage or destroy it, or the enzyme don't damage or destroy it. Again, we've done that, and we've done it, taken it to a whole new level. And then most importantly, making sure that once it's survived its journey in the bottle and its journey through the stomach, that it perfectly implants and germinates and cultivates this healthy, balanced environment. And we focus on the clinically proven strains. We focus on where the benefits are going to lie, not being cute or clever, but giving you the ingredients that are going to make a difference in the quality of your life, the quality of your digestion, and your immune system. So there's nothing like our Ultimate Friendly Flora that you will find anywhere in any store. Unfortunately, it's something that we've worked very hard to do ourselves. We manufactured ourselves, unlike other companies, and that's why it's as exceptional as it is. It's the formula I take, which meant an awful lot of effort went into creating its balance.
Absolutely, and the fact that you don't have to refrigerate it, I mean, that is huge. That was certainly critical for me because we all have very active lifestyles. So I know wildly popular today. And I think for a lot of us, whether it is your digestion, whether it is your immunity, certainly, this is a time of year where you know you're gonna be seeing people that you don't ordinarily see. And it's just nice to give your body that fighting chance. So, oh, I'm sorry, Andrew, go ahead.
And it's not an optional ingredient. Our probiotics are an integral part of our body. Many of us think because we see the ads on TV that it's something that we take like drug or medicine and it acts on our body. It is something that acts within our body. There are more probiotic organisms in a healthy colon than we have cells in our body. So understand that. And unfortunately, most of us don't have a healthy complement of organisms in our colon. Most of us don't have a healthy complement of organisms in our body because of the way we eat, the drugs we take. So it's really an opportunity waiting to take place. So it's so the puppies are back here. So it's something that, again, at this pricing, it's an incredible opportunity. It's a great value even at its normal price. But today it's basically buy one, get one free.
It is indeed. And of course, as expected, those larger sizes are proving to be the most popular. So we did want to sneak in a little extra equal time to our phosphatidylcholine and our liver antioxidants benefit, because remember, not one or two, but actually 3 today's special choices for you tonight. So I have to say this has really been a runaway hit and a runaway favorite. So normally we see Andrew do this in January, but tonight you get an opportunity to really support your liver during the time of year when it's most challenged. Now remember, biggest savings that we've ever seen, you can choose them individually, so it's really easy. You can choose your PC liver, your phosphatidylcholine separately, or your liver antioxidants separately. Same pricing, it's the biggest savings. Remember the capsule size, or the capsule count rather, is just a little bit different because liver antioxidants is more expensive to manufacture. So again, the phosphatidylcholine or the liver antioxidants, it's the same price. It's the same price, Shannon, just different capsule count size. Or go ahead, Andrew.
If I could, the pricing hopefully is pretty evident on the screen, and they'll be able to see it. So what I wanted to do, the savings, again, it's like buy one, get one free. What I wanted to do, we didn't read any reviews. I have a number of reviews here. I would just like to read some of the reviews on PC, on phosphatidylcholine, and also read some of the reviews on liver antioxidant extracts, just so we get a little bit of exposure. Not everybody's going to read the reviews. I'd like to just do so if I could here. So here we go. So helped my liver count. I had an abnormal liver enzymes count and my doctor was concerned, so he decided to rerun the tests in 2 months. During those 2 months, I took these 2 supplements for liver health: PC liver and brain benefits and liver antioxidant extracts. Well, my doctor and I were both so amazed and pleased that when the liver enzyme tests were repeated in 2 months, the tests came back within the normal range. I have continued to take these supplements now that I know they really work. Thank you for such great products. Arthur in Ohio. We have countless reviews like that. Beneficial supplement. I've been taking these for quite a while. I drink up to 2 glasses of wine a day and hope this supplement is helping to support the health of my liver. Last year, my liver enzyme test came back perfect. So I give some credit to this product. They cause no issues with my stomach, which is a plus. I would recommend from Peggy in Pennsylvania. Unexpected brain boost. I decided to try this for liver support as I take several prescriptions that can be hard on that organ. I was surprised at an almost immediate change to my memory and focus in that they have sharpened. I was not experiencing any significant problems in those areas. I thought, but the improvement was so noticeable, excuse me, it's very dry here in California, to me that I had to comment. My blood work is routinely good, and I would like to keep it that way. Given the impact I attribute to this product, since it was the only change to my Andrew regimen, I will never be without it. I'm 70 years old and need all the help I can get. Thank you so much for taking such great care of me. From Sasha in New Jersey. Liver enzymes are great. My liver enzymes have improved since taking this product. Initially, I started due to bad numbers and having to pay more for new life insurance policy. At my next physical several months later, my numbers were excellent. I credit this supplement with the improvement. My brain thinks better too, from Bolt in California. Liver is a little helper. While I'm recovering from a botched surgery and multiple auto injuries that have flooded me with harmful medications, there's been a terrible toll on my liver. Poor thing has been accumulated with fatty tissues. I'm working hard to stabilize my lipids, and since our liver's a little genius, I'm expecting great results from Andrew's quality ingredients to help me. He formulated of PC, inositol, milk thistle, turmeric, and artichoke are a unique combination that have me on my way. Thank you. We'll do one more. Is working for me. I've been taking this PC liver and brain benefit supplement for about a month. I can definitely tell the difference in my memory and brain power. I was getting so forgetful, that's why I started taking this. I can't see how it's benefiting my liver. Well, we can't see our liver, but I'm sure the next time I have blood work done, I will see a big difference, like the other tests. Thank you, Andrew, for this supplement. I am so thankful I am getting my memory back. From Debbie in Texas. Well, so I think those are just a few highlights of the kinds of experiences people get. And we have dozens and dozens of reviews like that.
Absolutely, and I love all the reviews, Andrew, but you know, you can see for yourself, a lot of people are measuring and seeing a difference in those liver tests. I can't thank you enough for inviting us into your home. It's been a real privilege, especially to offer some of my favorite products for the best pricing that we're going to see. And I'm sure we will see lots of fun little surprises throughout the day. I know they'll see an encore look at this tape, but we'll see the puppies and maybe some more other surprises from behind the scenes.
Well, hopefully we'll have some friends visiting tomorrow. Maybe my goddaughter and her baby. Maybe my mom will visit. But I hope we'll be able to do these more in the future, and I hope everyone likes them, because it makes it easier for me to do this more frequently if we could also do this from my home.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, always good to see you, and great to have these fabulous Today's Specials. We'll look for you back live at noon as the day continues. Thank you, Andrew.
Come here, guys.
Oh, are the boys going to say goodbye? There they go. Stay tuned.
I bet you all are feeling very healthy after listening to Andrew Lessman. What a wealth of knowledge and information. We're glad that you're shopping with us. We are here live at HSN. I'm Valerie Stupp, and since we are talking about getting healthier and feeling good, if you've ever struggled with pain in your back, pain in your joints, you understand how that can really limit maybe your Merry this holiday season. We're gonna help you out with that this morning. I'm Valerie Stupp. You are watching HSN, and we're gonna talk to you about a brand that has been here at HSN for 20 years. In fact, the item that we're gonna be able to share with you is our longest running health item. It's our longest